Hello, this is Ciaran, and in this video I'm going to give you some tips, some techniques, some pointers that you can use to approach groups of women when you're out and about. Now, at the start of this specific approach right here, I was actually interrupted by a guy who recognized me from stuff I've been doing online. So you can even watch that if you want, or skip to 1 minute 59 when he actually leaves, and then the video itself, or at least the approach, starts properly.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I'm not too bad.
You right?
Yeah, I'm good. Basically, I'm on my own.
Yeah.
I've got 0 friends.
Hi there, Ciaran. How's it going? Henry, I don't know if you remember me.
Where have we met?
Yeah, you got a friend there.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, he knows my name. How do you know my name?
Well, I know who you are.
How?
I'm sure you know why I know who you are.
No, I don't.
Oh, come on there. 50, like 100.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
How do you know about that?
Well, you've been busting it everywhere, and I'm a huge fan. Yeah.
Sweet.
Lovely meeting you, man. Sorry, I just ruined your mic.
No, you haven't. Hello. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Henry, sorry.
yeah. So where have you seen it?
So I know you've been busting on the RSC London group, and you're busting in the R Seduction subreddit. And I'm not like all the time there, but I've seen it a few times, and it's such a great thing that I'm like, sorry, I completely ruined your sort of.
Not really. Okay, it's funny. It's interesting. Though.
No, but it's fucking amazing. I'm absolute fan.
It's good to meet you.
Yeah, it's lovely meeting you.
All right, so let me tell you what I'm doing right now. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a course with a friend, right? And it's about teaching people how to become more confident. And it's a 28-day course which is going to give people different challenges to do each day. And today is go and introduce yourself to a group of strangers and just get into a conversation. I'm actually recording myself.
Oh, okay. I'll be on YouTube, everyone.
Right, so
sorry, I didn't want to come up with it.
Do you know this lot?
No, not at all. So
Oh, right.
I'm with that bunch.
Oh, who are you with?
Let's have a drink later.
Yeah, no, introduce me to your bunch, it's fine.
Yeah, look, let me get you a drink. Let me get you a drink.
Okay, sweet.
Are you staying here for a bit?
Yeah, I'll stay here, but...
Let me get you a drink and then I'll drink my...
Sweet, okay, JD and Coke?
Yeah, do you want to come?
Well, no, because I'm being filmed.
Yeah, you do.
But, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's literally over there filming me.
I just ruined your vibe completely.
No, it's fine. But yeah, JD and Coke, please. Thank you. Sorry, so to reiterate, I am all alone. I have absolutely...
Who's got a friend? Who's got a friend?
I know, but I mean, like, I'm going back to what I was saying.
So the first thing to notice here is I have approached the entire group. Now, the one I'm interested in is actually the one in the red, but you would never know that from the way I'm speaking to them. I'm just talking to the entire group, and I'm showing respect and love to everyone. That is absolutely essential because, say, if I just spoke to the woman in the red, who's the one I'm interested in, if I ignored everyone else to talk to her, the other women would get jealous and they wouldn't want me around, they wouldn't like me. They would signify that to her, they would signal that to her. She'd get the message, and irrespective of what she thought of me as a person, she would get rid of me to keep her friends happy. So you have to keep the entire group entertained, engage the entire group.
Okay, so his name is Henry.
Oh, I was going to guess Miguel.
You were going to what?
Guess Miguel.
He does look like it could be a Miguel or an Andreas.
Anyway, yeah, back to you. I've no friends.
Yeah, so I have no friends, I'm all alone, etc. So I was wondering if you guys could maybe adopt me for 5 minutes.
Why 5 minutes?
Because I wouldn't want to overstay my welcome.
But you're 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
There you go. So you help me pass the time.
Notice my vibe here. I am confident, I am cool, but I'm not arrogant, and I'm also not taking myself too seriously as well. Walking up to these women and saying, look, I've got no friends, could you please adopt me for 5 minutes? It's a bit fun. You know, it'll make them smile, especially considering the fact that I clearly am confident enough to actually have some friends. I mean, effectively, this is what's happened here. They were just standing around and they were having a conversation. Then I have entered their conversation and I have made their conversation better. So as a result of speaking to me, they're having more fun now than they were having before I arrived. And that is absolutely essential for, well, to be honest, for talking to anybody, whether it's men, women, single, women or groups of women. If you're not giving people a better experience than they were having before you arrived, well, they're not going to give you the time of day.
How come you went to the pub when no one's out?
Huh?
How come you went out to the pub when none of your friends are going out?
Ooh, why not? Just socialise and meet people, really. Huh. So,
Lovely day.
is it really? It's a lovely day. It's absolutely a lovely day.
To be fair, what is it? Yeah, what's that?
It's the mic.
I done the way home.
Huh? Yeah, 1000% spine on you.
Oh, I'm giving you all the secrets.
It's a microphone.
Why? What are you filming?
Alright, I'll tell you the truth. Alright.
Okay, now look, pay attention to what's happened here, because this was a very pivotal and crucial moment that could have went terribly if I didn't know what I was doing. Now, I've gone there wearing a mic, and they've actually seen the fact that I'm wearing a mic, and they've gone, hold on, what is this? So now that they've asked me, it's like I'm on display now. Now they know that I'm recording them, or at least they know that something is up. Look at how I've responded to this. Many men, most men, and I'm not saying this to be arrogant, but it's just true. Most men would have gotten insecure in their own heads. They'd have started acting shifty. And then they would have made these women think that something was up, and to get the hell out of there ASAP, or to insult him, or just tell him to leave, etc. But I wasn't insecure. I held my ground, and they said, what is that? And I'm like, it's a microphone. Then I start coolly and calmly telling them what I'm doing. But notice my vibe doesn't actually change. It doesn't change at all. And because my vibe stays cool, confident, collected, secure, assertive, happy, friendly, dare I say even a little bit sexy, they're okay. Really pay attention to what's actually happened here. They discovered that I was recording them, but because of the way I handled it, that's actually okay. Now the thing is this, in a way you could say that they're shit testing me now because they're asking me about the camera. Like, in a way, from their perspective, they're actually just curious for the most part. Like, why the heck do you have, sorry, not the camera, they're asking me about the microphone, but they're like, why the heck do you have a microphone? But I am cool and I'm relaxed. Now get this, when you are out meeting people, especially groups of women, at the start, they will test you and they will probe you to see who you are, what you're about, why the hell you're there. They will do a lot of that. How you respond to those probes, those tests, those barbs, those mild insults, that is everything. So if a woman says, let's say you're wearing a t-shirt that they don't like, and they go, that's an ugly t-shirt. If you get upset or offended by that statement, you've lost. You have really lost. If they say it's an ugly t-shirt, you gotta say something like, it's an ugly t-shirt for an ugly man. This is me, I do ugly. Own who you are. You have to own who you are at all times and be aware that you will be tested. Now, when it comes to shit tests, I mean, there's a number of ways that people say you can pass them, like agree and amplify, which is what I basically did there. Ooh, an ugly t-shirt for an ugly man. Or you can exaggeratedly deny it, be like, what? This is the most sexy t-shirt known to man. But ultimately, what it basically means is that when you're being tested, respond in a way that conveys that you weren't bothered at all by the test. That test didn't hurt you, it didn't upset you, it didn't offend you, it didn't make you feel struck, shook to your core.
Alright, so basically I'm doing an audio series to show people how they can become more confident, right? And it's like a 28-day course, and each day there's a different task that they have to do, which is designed to break them out of their comfort zone. One of the days is doing stand-up comedy on the tube. Another day is...
Oh my god, this is my worst
Yeah, it's hard. Another day is laying on the floor in public. Another day is introduce yourself to a group of strangers and chat for 5 minutes.
Is that what we are?
You're
We are
strangers,
that day.
Yeah.
Well, we're not the public stand-up on the tube.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking you might just want to lay down on the floor right now.
No, I don't. No.
We can film it to prove that you did it.
No, that's already been done.
Yeah, because he's going to make
No,
us
you know
more
what?
confident.
No, you know what? No. I'll actually leave it in.
Really?
Because because the fact that in an ideal world you weren't really meant to know why I was here, but now you still know, and you've actually still accepted me, that actually kind of feels the point.
Here's something else I want you to realise. So this is a group of 4 women. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as you can see, 3 of them are happily talking to me and 1 of them isn't. Now, the one who isn't speaking to me, she's standing at the back. I don't know why she's not talking. Maybe she doesn't want anything to do with me. Maybe. Or maybe she's just really shy. I don't know. But something you really need to remember is that ultimately, when you're going out there and talking to people, it's kind of like the luck of the draw as to who you get and how they respond to you. Because I happen to be speaking to 3 women who are fun and friendly enough to speak back to me. If I had 3 women who were like that woman there, then they wouldn't be talking to me. And here's the thing, you see, the woman who isn't talking is most likely, almost certainly, like at the bottom of the social order of this group, like she is. If she was at the top of the social order of this group, they would have actually all ignored me. This is another thing to be aware of as well. Even though they're all happily, well, 3 of them anyway, even though the 3 of them are happily talking to me and happily like vibing and blah blah blah, they're doing so because the leader of the group, who I believe is the one in the white dress, it's either the one in the white dress or the one in the red, those 2 like me. Now, if the leader of the group said no, go away, or just completely rejected me, the entire group would reject me. In fact, the leader is the one in the white dress, it is her. But yeah, the group hasn't rejected me because the leader happened to like me. If the one who is silent was the leader, the entire group would have rejected me. If the group happened to have more women like the one who is silent, they'd have all rejected me. So just be aware that no matter how cool of a guy you might be, there is still an element of chance that comes into going out and approaching women.
Right, that makes 100%.
The guys.
I'd be more worried you coming up and just talking to us. We thought it was a bit of a.
I mean, I would have done it normally anyway. I mean,
why
that's
are you
true.
doing this task? If you wouldn't have done it,
why am I doing what? Sorry.
Why are you doing this then? Why are you
because
doing this
I used to be really insecure and shy, and if you met me like, I don't know, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, however
How
much
old
you like.
are you? Do you mind me asking?
36.
36, okay. Just so I can put it into context. No, I just wanted to put it into context of how old you were when you said you weren't confident.
Well, if you met me back then, you might have liked me, but you'd have thought I was a bit weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it took a lot of hard work to break out of that.
Okay, so that is the end of this little video. Now, I'm afraid I can't show you the rest because some personal things were said that the women in the video wanted to keep quiet and silent, well, didn't want basically placed online for people to see. So, effectively, you're gonna have to take my word for it that I got the contact details of 2 of the women in this video. But effectively, there you go. That is some free techniques, some free tips, some free value that you can use when you're out and about in order to approach groups of people in a way that makes them think you're amazing and has them wanting you to hang around and spend time with them. Take care, and if you like the cut of my jib and you think, you know what, I want Ciaran to show me how to do this, well, there's a link to Calendly, so click that link, book yourself a free consultation. Let's have a talk. Bye bye.